They haven't given any customer any allergic reaction. Okay. The only one that's weird is this guy, because again, he works for the highest bidder. Not a fan. Okay, this guy's just a nerd. Sometimes they imagine they can see into the very soul of the person. Okay, so they're just imagining. She's just a cat lady. They tend to be slightly hasty and wasteful when handling their product. Okay, so the only thing she's guilty of is that she, I guess because she's just trying to rush to her work, she's wasting food. So, sorry lady, that's it. Not good enough reason to kill her, but there she is. She's just, get to live, we get to die. Okay, nerd, make me proud, go on. And he's a teacher. We need teachers. We also need optometrists. And what I'm not saying we do not need butchers. She's wasting food. Not good. Hey, Meow Meow. As you enter, you notice that Fate's office is empty aside from Lady Poddington snoozing on the table. Oh no, this again. The old-fashioned phone suddenly rings when ear-piercing metallic clatter of familiar voices calls from the static.
Haha, Grim, jolly good. As you may have noticed, I am absent. I decided for a short vacation.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
It is a weekend, after all, and the free time will be essential for research. For the novel, yes?
Okay, so he's finally decided to do the right to be a writer. Hey, why can't I get a vacation? Someone point to the cat again?
Hello, Grim, are you there? Curse this useless apparatus. It never works when I need it. You may be wondering about who is in charge. I did consider leaving dear Lady Poddington. My hiatus is only momentary. I am sure you can manage these few days.
Okay, some of my own.
But what of the conduct overview, you may be thinking? To be honest, I cannot be bothered at the moment. I am certain you have done well enough.
Okay.
Now, I must go submerge myself. Toodles, Grim.
So I must still be doing a good job when you trust me enough to leave me unsupervised for several days. So he's now starting to kind of trust. Some boobs, there's the lamp. Tentacle. What the heck is a tentacle? Okay, I clearly don't have enough for him, I just want to know. Okay, there seems to be new people here. Oh, hello.
Why, if it isn't the young Grimster. Back again. Oh, so 3 weeks down already. That's quite an achievement. Say, how's the grind been treating you since our last chat?
Pretty good.
Really? I've been having doubts.
Uh-oh. What have you been hearing?
This whole power dynamic doesn't feel right. All these lives subjected to the whims of a callous office.
Worked in an office.
I couldn't be so confident. Not with these grim consequences.
Sometimes the task is a bit confusing.
But there's a tinge of arbitrary design in the darkness. heckin' scary.
Yep.
One ought to heed instincts in collaboration with reason. Sounds twice as powerful to me, yeah.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, it's a fine line. You either have to do exactly what they tell you, or you have to kind of follow your gut. So it's kind of a little bit afraid. I'll be going now.
Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Okay. How are you, man? You look cool. What's your story?
Look at that. It's a hatchling. I guess nowadays the assemblage must be decay.
What an asshole.
Yet one must welcome the dregs, one must. What brings you to Florian, the Eradicator?
Just trying to meet new people,
What makes
man.
you think people are interested in meeting you, then? Got insights into the fabric of the universe, deep reflections on the nature of the office. Save us the boredom.
Jesus. What an asshole.
Still, fate expects us to be polite to one's colleagues because it advances synergy and improves long-term morale.
Oh my god, this is an office. Oh my god. So, fun fact, if you're ever like in a corporate meeting, sit there and count how many times the word synergy one person say it. Everybody in the room says it, and it's just insane. Hold on.
I suppose I must then do my best to enlighten you on whatever matters are bothering you today.
Okay. So, what do you think of
A
Faye?
capable bureaucrat, but lately seems to be losing his way. Too much faffing around with pointless minutia.
Okay, what's wrong with pointless minutia?
And the funds for regulations. I've always said we should be able to mark people to death more freely. But no, always with these limitations. I am the best and brightest of the bunch. When I aim for the jugular, I do not miss.
Okay. So, according to this guy, we would have pretty much be dead.
With blood and guts, I will paint my magnum opus on the canvas of cosmos.
You're so avant-garde.
All flesh is temporary. We here provide the herd with an escape from their meat prison.
Like
It is called salvation,
cold.
or at least the closest thing they'll ever get.
Are you implying you mark people to death all the time?
Of course not. Rules to follow and quotas to fill, as we all must, even if I consider management far too lenient. I just make sure to enjoy every slash and stab. Take pride in a successful exit.
Jesus.
For that is what we are born to do. Yes, we Deathbringers all have to die.
So I'm assuming he's another Grim Reaper. Yeah, he is. He's another Grim Reaper. You can see it on his jacket. All have to die eventually when it's time. Okay.
Sooner or later, what's the difference if the result is the same? An end to their futile existence, to their deceitful ways.
Alright.
Humans are pretense and artifice forever causing misery to each other. My way would bring less pain for all.
Well, you know,
Ciao, little hatchling. Lessons learned, off you go.
What you want, you bite? My cat stabbing my chair. Okay, let's put some taco teeth. Here's another Grim Reaper. So,
Damn,
yeah.
stranger. Your makeup skills are out of this world.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen you here before. Let me guess. You're in the... human department, right?
Yep.
I mean, the dark 1,000 years. It is. At least for me. For you see, I'm also in the human department.
Hey, you bet. What you doing? Come here. Here, you bet. No? Okay. Okay. If you see him, so I think my cat wants some water. I'll be right back. Hold on. What you want, you bet? You want some water? Want some papa? Oh, you want window. Yeah, she wanted window time. So once a day I open the window a little bit so they can hear the birds outside, but it's been so incredibly hot. I just kind of open it for like an hour and then that's it. Okay. Yeah, I could also tell by those dark circles. How do you like it here?
Work is work, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell her that. You know, don't be rude to the lady.
So, I figure you've been here a while by now. How do you feel about the work we do?
Honestly, work is work.
Hang on. How do you know how humans are doing in their realm? Don't tell me you're actually using that cocker app to keep track of what's happening.
Oh no.
I haven't opened it in years.
What's a cocker?
It's the little app on your phone that shows you what's going on in the world. You've looked at your phone, right? Thought so. I mean, the instructions are the same every day anyway. Kill all door-to-door salespeople. And what do I see in the app? The door-to-door salespeople died. Great! So very engaging.
She's a little
And that's followed by the stories of downright horrible things happening everywhere. No thanks.
Even though I'm asking Fate about your never changing instructions, what do you mean? My choice affects the world all the time.
Do they, though? Do they really? Or is it an illusion?
Let's see. Fate about your never changing instructions. I get different instructions.
Congratulations?
Okay. Even though I'm asking Fate.
I've seen the boss, like, once. Not gonna happen. I bet it's all part of Fate's grandiose plan. The equilibrium. And who am I? A mere spawn to question it.
Let's see. In any case, we didn't use helps makes decisions.
I just do what fate tells me to. The decisions are not mine to make.
So she is a seasoned veteran that she's no longer bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. She's just kind of realized that she's been here for a while. She's like, maybe at the beginning she was trying to make a difference, and afterwards she's like, this is all completely pointless. Let me just do my job. Punch in, punch out is done. It happens to all of us. I don't care what anybody else says. I mean, I'm 40. I worked on several environments that I'm this lady right now. I'm not saying that I try not to do my job, nor do I try to be creative, but I try to do what they tell me. If I get pushback because some pooba that doesn't know what they're doing, they say no, I'm like, okay. And then that's it. I just move on with my life. I don't let it bother me. I don't sweat it. I just kind of just keep going. And that sounds terrible, but you can't really stress on a job. You can only control so much. And the more you stress yourself with things you can't control, the worse your mental health will be. So obviously if it's something that's ethically wrong, then obviously you want to either deal with it or encounter it. But for the most part, just control what you can, pretty much. Let's see, a life with no choices and they still haven't given up. A life without decision, that's a dream.
I mean, a little variety couldn't hurt. But all in all, I guess it's pretty nice. Can't really complain.
You should definitely complain though. I think it's time you start making your own choices.
You mean, what? Ignore my instructions? Won't that get me, like, instantly fired?
Yeah, but your life would be way more fun.
I could start sparing some of these door-to-door salespeople, maybe. What the heck? I'll do it.
Oh no, we know what repercussions is gonna have. So she's kind of like a weird metaphor about women in the labor force, where some women are tasked with some basic tasks and they just pretty much do the labor. She's getting the same instructions over and over and over again to the point that she doesn't check her phone. So there's something a little odd about that.
Time for some of these salespeople to live at last. They seem harmless enough.
I just gave you free amazing advice. You're welcome.
Thanks for the chat, stranger. I'm off to sow some chaos. See you later.
I'm such a bad influence.
I hope.
Oh boy. Hey, Cracky. Okay, you have the tentacle. Okay, I already checked on you. Like, they don't even miss her, man. Okay, attack of the deadly pastry. Coffee shop patron goes into anaphylactic shock after ingesting cat hair with cake. Oh no. Teacher maid in freak emu-related accident? Okay. Political. A 10 coup fails Gustave democratic institution restored. It's raining knives. Whiteness, disgracefully knife juggling accident. Oof. Modern Earth. The people cosmopolitan city noted of having very beautiful eyes. Okay, genetically modified crops proving to be a hoax. Use all natural fertilizer. Cozy Bohemian Waffle House gaining popularity. Go check it out. Okay? Let's see what we got today. Your attention is required. I have been informed of a delicate situation. I trust that you will handle it as usual. Quota. 5 humans have to die. 1 human must be spared. This is of utmost importance. Okay, so almost everybody has to die. Okay, no specifics. Do be careful to let the right person live. Okay, this seems to be like one of those turning points. Money laundering. Christopher opened a Waffle House in the middle of the Cacti Valley to have reason to claim illegal income by avoiding customers. When a hiker finds the place which something happens, Christopher starts sweating profusely and attempts to cook with 10-year-old ingredients. Oh no. Okay, mobster. Don Fierro tries to model themselves after the old mafia novel and films, without realizing those stories are made up by authors who had no connection to understanding or organizing crime. Soon enough, they'll realize there are no honor codes and family bound crime is just a crime. Ooh. Okay, podcaster. Crew of the other set of footprints hosts a religious-themed podcast without trying to be a jerk. Together with their pal, they chuckle through life and odd jokes always ready to be thrown at any moment. When not podcasting, they secretly wrestle under the ring name of Boninger. Okay. There you, farmer. Each noticed the cows were acting strange. Then the milk started getting green tinge, and the taste could only be described as like licking a battery. Ooh. Despite the protests of their spouse, they're always keen to investigate any and all oddities life throws their way. Okay, that's legit concern. Editor. Sama is an editor with a tragic past, one they always kept to themselves. Every day it gnaws at them, causing intense sorrow that can never be alleviated. To numb it all, they have become addicted to painkillers, which often causes them to hallucinate mythological things. Ooh. Okay, farmer inventor. Everyone has never been happy with the status quo, and with whatever they currently happen to have. They're always aiming higher and further, experimenting with various different fields in order to find new ways to ever be more for ever more productive crops. Okay, so far the rest of them are kind of meh, but it's just kind of down to these two. Okay. Okay, they're always aiming higher and further experimenting in various different fields in order to find new ways to ever more productive crops. Okay, so even though he's a farmer, he's an inventor, he's actually noticed something. Then the milk started getting green tinge and the taste could only be described as like licking a battery. Despite the protests from their spouse, they've always been investigating and oddities life throws their way. So this guy can actually save more lives today, now, because what if there's contamination in the land and it's affecting the food crops? So this guy can come up with like the most productive crops. If there's severe contamination, it's not gonna freaking matter. That's my way of thinking. Okay. So honestly, both of these guys deserve to live. So let's go ahead. Yeah, sorry, money laundering guy. We gotta go. Lobster, you fucking idiot. Go. Podcaster. Sorry, man. Hey, but the good part is you do a religious podcast, so you already know. And Mr. Pill Popper, well, you're playing with fire, so sorry, dude. Okay. Okay, so 5 humans have to die. So I have a decision to make. I can either kill him, or I can either let him live. But he's also new ways for more productive crops. So that can go one way or another. And if you don't believe me, the only thing I have to say is love bugs in the state of Florida. So love bugs in the state of Florida, you live there, they have these bugs. They're born, they live, they attach their bug to another bug, they lay eggs and they die. So they were originally supposed to be intended to tackle the mosquito population, and instead they just created a nuisance of a new plague of bugs that all they do is keep car wash owners rich. Because once you get all these bugs and they land on your car, you have to clean them up because they're acidic and they mess up the paint on your car. So I'm actually going to let him die, because this could go, it's kind of like playing Russian roulette.
It's very cold. When did that happen?
You can feel cold?
Can you? Does your hand at the mouse not feel the chill?
No.
It's freezing. Everything halting to a standstill before...
Before what?
We don't know yet. I'm sure you'll find out soon.
Oh no.
Maybe in a new lifetime.
Winter Lilliputian is patting the rubber between her paws. I know that feel, toy. The cat pats the toy on the head slowly. Her yellow eyes glow with mirth. The old-fashioned phone again rings right as you settle in. The familiar, if grainy voice can be heard.
Grim, you would not believe the fun I am having.
Good for you.
Such a transformation from the monotony of the office. It almost makes it all seem worthwhile.
Nice.
Yes, you expect your daily summary, but I still cannot find it in me to burden myself with this matter. So, off you go.
Okay, thanks, boss. Can't say they didn't check in. Oh, looks like there's new people there. Right now, this shit's vacuum and crap.
Doubloons will get you anything, mate.
Really want that lamp. But right now, I'm actually kinda good. Let's get a little more money. Okay, I already did these folks. Let's go back to our real quick.
Welcome back, Grimmy. Always a pleasure to see you around. We here got another quiet Sunday on our hands, though.
Any
No
thoughts on
action at
Florian?
all. That one? Heck. What can I say that you won't glean on your own? They try to act all suave on the surface, but truth be told, they're a proper jerk. At least when it comes to the job. Can't say I trust their judgment too much. Nothing to it. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't often disparage patrons of the den. We have here a shared experience.
Do that.
Just hoping they won't cause some sort of a major blunder. What else you got in mind?
Probably going up.
Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Okay. Let's see what's happened. Okay, look at this complete idiot farmer who got crushed by their own tractor. Oh no. Unidentified body found in a lake, accidentally drowning pursued. Crime bust gone down an alien energy source. Remember, the themes continue to be space, okay? So, noted wrestler of Bonagers accidentally slingshot into pool of lava doing show match. Oh no. Okay. Okay. So now we have possible asteroids, economic issues, aliens. Okay. Has evolved the world. I do not see the need for many deaths today. Quarter of the day, humans have to die. Okay, let's see who gets to be asked. Screenwriter, novelist. Alias talked a lot and really fast. When not eating tasty fried chicken. Okay. Alias talks a lot and really fast. When not eating really tasty fried chicken. The punctuation of this is just me. They have a tendency to start singing all of a sudden, mostly of wildly importune moments. They work as a screenwriter for TV, just published children's book, and are members of the podcast about bad films. So the guy has nervous tendencies, probably maybe has some ADD or ADHD or something, and he just breaks out in song because he's nervous. 52. Event organizer. Daju has been involved in organizing just over 200 events, including anything from tacky themed weddings to experimental VIP live architecture exhibitions inside Asian Town. Now Daju focus solely on throwing fundraising galas for the moderately rich to save the planet. Okay, corrupt CEO. Albert is an incredible human being, as in never in all history has there been anyone who has destroyed so many humane and social systems with such nihilism and greed. They will stop at nothing. What? Okay, Khayos goes to Central Cosmopolis, University, where they study organic and medical chemistry. As a hobby, they enjoy painting lots of fancy, expensive miniatures, which they purchase using the money of their wealthy parents. Oh. So, she just happened to be more, she comes from a more affluent background. Okay. Let's see. Okay, the only one that should really die is this dude. This guy's just the creative. If you work through creatives, as long as I have this, actually is not that fucking weird to me. Yeah, he's actually perfectly normal to me. Now that you focus on solely drawing farmation gallons for the monetarily rich to save the planet. Okay. Okay, so I mean, she's good for the future. He's collecting money to save, but the question is the money actually being used where it should be? And the screenwriter guy. So she actually has a good skill. Study organic and medical chemistry. So that's something that is needed. These guys are the tough ones over here. Okay, because he's doing it for the planet. You get to live. You are gonna need scientists. You get to live. Okay, screenwriter, right. I'm sorry, you get to die, bro. No, I'm looking for what's coming. Okay. I don't feel good about this one. Back.
Grim,
Welcome back.
how about we skip the pleasantries and get back to usual pointless drudgery?
Oh, what an asshole. What the fuck's wrong with you? What'd I do to you?
Right. I see the exact amount of profiles requested. At least someone seems to be up to their task.
Whoa! What's curled up with your asshole? Jesus, you got your panties in a bunch.
Oh, whatever.
What's with the attitude?
Why am I livid?
Seriously?
Because the rest of highest management thought it necessary to remind me that taking sudden leave is detrimental to our aspirations. Because they thought to admonish me for taking a couple of days to perform important research.
Fun fact, kids. Use your fucking paid time off. If you drop dead tomorrow, your job will be posted up within 3 days and your ass will be replaced within 2 weeks. I've seen it, I've experienced it, but just take your fucking time off, and if the company gets pissy about it, at least, obviously, you're not just gonna drop everything unless it's a family emergency, but take your time off. Take your time off, take your time off, take your time off, you earn your time off, use your time off, take your time off. Someone that's been working like a mindless drone for like now 25 plus years, take your fucking time off.
Because, as was reminded, the saying goes, now, how was it? Nothing in life is more certain than...
Death and taxes?
Yes, exactly. Either way, the nerve they have to lecture me on how to do my job.
Actually, the only thing that's certain in life is death. Because if you die as a child, you are technically not paying taxes. Your parents are paying taxes. So death is the only thing that is certain in life. Okay, say nothing. Okay, so this right here, kind of like you do to me every day. Yeah, if your boss is pissed, don't piss him off any further. Say nothing.
No matter, Grim. I apologize for taking it out on you. Good night.
Yeah, don't piss him off any further. That's it. This is a good rule. Read the room. Read the room. Learn how to read a room. Good life skill that a lot of people.
Yo ho ho! What can old Mortimer provide you with today?
What is this? Cat ears? Oh, ears for bees. I want cat ears.
You know why I was the scourge of the seas? Cause ain't nothing out there that frightens me. Once we looted an ancient tomb for gods and kings long forgotten. And you know what, matey? Found there the most particular set of ears. Wearing them gives ye supernatural hearing. Happened to overhear a mutineer plot that very night. So I threw 'em all right overboard. Plotting with the fishes now they are.
Okay, how's this? That's 600? Nah. Coin thing that usually makes up the largest portion of any buried treasure. Oh, I gotta see. Can I put cat ears on my face? Okay, let's see. Pumpkin. Yeah, that's one. Cat ears. So adorable. I'll have to hop off. I gotta eat dinner. I haven't really eaten much today, and I did some bodybuilding this morning. Eco Watch, a week-long gaming marathon races over 4 million for the Prevent Ecological Catastrophe Organization. Infamous CMO sailed their enormous yacht directly into a beach, found impaled on a tree. Ooh. Screenwriter crushed under an avalanche of old bad film tapes. I almost got crushed by my ex-husband's toy collection. I can kind of empathize with that. Franklin linked to earthquakes, new research confirmed. Scientists today. Dormant plague bacteria discovered in permafrost, waiting to be released. Hey, Emil, come here. You have your window. It's open. Okay. Interview the intrepid crew exploring the depth of the ocean. The world's oldest person still around and kicking. Okay, do your job. Go with the flow. God, I hate it when they do that. I don't know what I want, but I'll tell you what I want when I see it. Okay, welcome to being a freelancer. Okay, right, the status is that everything got all jumbled up in our fax delivery system. You should listen to your gut today, hee hee. Your gut, yes, because you are, a skeleton. Yeah, okay, let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Stanislav work, Cosmopolis, what I mean, Cosmopolis Courthouse. They have few goals in life other than becoming the world's fastest typist. Already their fingers run across the keyboard like bolts of lightning, but they feel there's more that could be achieved. Okay, so you could type in a keyboard. Is that typist still a thing anymore? Because everybody kind of uses a keyboard. I remember back when I was a kid, that was a thing. But maybe if he works in a courthouse, yeah, that makes sense. But I don't know. Pretty soon, I'm pretty sure they're going to be replaced, which is terrible. Who needs statistics when you have a fancy algorithm and amazing concepts like AI and machine learning? Not AN, that's for sure. They just put the data in and regards to the result and absolute truths requiring no critique. The algorithm machine knows all. No. no, no, no. Machines are made by people, not to mention they have come to find multiple times that the equipment sometimes tends to be biased because it's only tested on certain ethnic groups and not others. If you don't believe me, look at someone like the facial recognition software that they created using AI, where it has a hard time recognizing people of darker pigmentation, or certain cameras that cannot recognize when individuals that have very what is called monoloid eyes, which is Asian descent. They do not recognize when their eyes are open. So yes, no. So the algorithm being know-it-all, you always need to have someone looking at it. Do not completely rely on the algorithm. It will help you, but it's not the know-all bio. Okay, she, as they like to be called, enjoys building and restoring muscle cars in their leisure time. Okay, so office worker. It gives them solace and otherwise monotonous life. They're most proud of their first ever project, the monstrosity powered by the rare 7-liter V8 Hemi 426 engine. Okay, they're just an office worker. Okay, this chick can actually die. I actually don't. She can cause a lot of damage, especially she only believes in the algorithm. Oil fracker. Okay. Regis is the fracking industry. It's in the fracking industry for the money, and no cries from environmentalists will make them rethink. They're determined to rise on the career ladder to become the boss of the fracking firm someday. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Fracking is kind of useful, but they have found that it causes a lot of environmental issues. 114? What the? Jesus, you don't look 114? Okay, Dessus takes a great pleasure in listening to wondrous bird songs every morning after waking up. They spend most of their time at home, and moving around has become burdensome. Although it's still possible, they love vanilla ice cream and bananas. Okay. I mean, my question is, they don't really talk about his family. They don't talk about he being surrounded after waking up. Waking up where? Most of their time at home, as moving around has become burdensome, so they have a hard time moving, so they're losing mobility. They're obviously, I don't know if the person is competent. They're just living like in purgatory. Great pleasure listening to wondrous bird songs every morning. I agree, I actually really do enjoy listening to bird songs. They're 114 though. Archaeologists. Editor is currently organizing an excavation in the colder region, digging up some permafrost in the hopes of finding artifacts from the fabled age of the colossal hamsters. I mean, good for you. I mean, I don't really see anything wrong with that. Colossal hamsters, what the fuck? Submarine commander. In the youth, Evelyn read the works of Evan Jules, author of many fantastic adventure novels. Inspired by the novels, the commander, they decided to become a commander that is themselves a drive thousands of leagues on the sea, and they did. Okay, so they're in the military of some sort, or they work for a contracting company, possibly in the naval military. Defense contractor. Levy sells weapons to anyone in need of them. The biggest consumer, of course, is the military. They have sent lobbyists into the government to make sure there's always a war going on somewhere. However, the grandparents' last wish was for Levy to protect the forests of their homeland, over which Levy has been constantly funneling money. So this is kind of like a double-edged sword. Lobbies the government to make sure there's always a war going. So the fact is, in times of war, it brings up economic prosperity. In time of drumming down, because there's less contract, you actually bring down the economy. And now the fact that he's loving to make sure there's always a war somewhere, that is not good. But you always need to have defense. You need to have weapons about, as we're seeing in Ukraine right now. They don't have a lot of weapons, and they have to literally beg for weapons in order to defend themselves. So this is kind of like a double-edged sword. The fact that he's loving to have a war somewhere, you know, as when I was younger, I didn't understand it, but as I've gotten older, I get it. You know, it was the same in World War II. You had people in the country that were making like, you know, ships, mainly the women, and they kept the economy going until the war was over. But then after that, prosperity kind of boomed, but it went down for women. It's complicated hoop. So I'm kind of mixed about this too. Retired. Okay, 82. Okay, so let us see. Feels old and tired. Me too. Let us see. Me too. Lesedi. Okay. They lived a good enough life as they see it, and would like to get into with. Gotta get on with it already. So they see whatever lies behind their veils to speak and don't. They don't really care other way as long as that finally gets around to them. Okay, you know what, dude? Wish granted. You get to finally die. Good for you. Okay, so now let's go through these right here. Typist. I mean, 9. Both of these guys don't really bring much. The old practice guy. I mean, I hate to be ageist, but I mean, he's just existing. Like, they're literally just enjoying every breath of their life right now. And yeah, you know, sorry, dude. I'm gonna take you out. I feel terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like doing these decisions very likely. Well, here's the thing, though. If aliens are coming, we need. Okay, hold on. Let's see. To protect the forest, blah blah blah, and constantly. Okay. So, however, the grandparents' last wish was for Levy to protect the forest to the homeland, for which Levy has been constantly funneling money. Yeah, I know. You get to die, dude. So. He's selling weapons to the highest bidder, mainly the military. He's constantly lobbying to constantly have a war going to profit himself, and then he is like constantly funneling money out of the fund that's supposed to be protecting the forest in their land. Yeah, so you get to die. You're out. Okay, now let's let some people live. Okay, so you are. They're just doing a job. Yeah, you know what? You get to live, even though you're looking for colossal hamsters. Good for you. Okay, office lady, you keep writing your vehicles. Dig it. And typist, you get to do your thing. Okay, that should be 9 total. Okay, so there we go.
Grim, welcome. You know, pursuing my art has given me insights. I have been thinking of humanity, of mortality, their importance, worth, and meaning.
Okay, what's the result so far?
A disarray of thoughts.
Yeah.
Listen, is death really such a bad thing? It would be better for everyone.
That's the direction you want to go.
In fact, do these humans even truly exist? Their ephemeral being leads to no relevant outcome.
Good point.
It is all transient, no matter what they do or achieve in life.
Well, I mean, there was an old lyric song, "All We Are is Dust in the Wind." I personally like to use my catchphrase, "Well, shit stained in the fabric of time." The fact is, our lives are transient. And we're only here for a specific time period, however that long may be. Some of us will be here shorter, some of us never even make it. And some of them literally would just die of old age, like way, way old age, and we just live long enough we should. So you just have to make the most of the time that's given to you. So I want to hear them out.
They exist in a state of hubris and arrogance, considering them the center of the universe. Yet without them, the sun still sets and rises.
True story.
Stars explode, galaxies form, or get torn apart. There are departments even for these events.
Yep.
Humans are not the be-all, end-all pinnacle of creation. They are small and insignificant, yet full of themselves.
True story.
The grandeur of everything will not get superseded by specks of nothing.
Okay.
It matters not how they live through their subjective experiences, millions upon billions of them, everyone considering themselves unique.
We're not.
And technically they are,
No.
I suppose, on a minor scale, yet also exceedingly similar. Copying each other, living through similar events with similar basic reactions.
If it wasn't for having that similarity, marketing would not be possible. Regardless of how you feel at a certain point, eventually everybody falls into the same cycle. When you're young, you're learning just the basics. When you're in your teens, you're pretty much learning how to socialize. When you're in your 20s, you're trying to establish what you're going to do to yourself. Some people manage to figure it out earlier on. By the time you're in your 30s, you start pretty much you crave to start settling roots and becoming more stable, because remember, back in the day, people didn't live past like 60 or 70 years. Now people are living them to their hundreds. That mentality is still continuing, so now folks are looking into kind of have more stable roots by their 30s, family creation, and start thinking about their mortality. By 40, some people are either starting their lives, they're starting to build family depending on where you live. Some places are more expensive than others. More expensive places, people tend to have children a lot later in life, versus places where it's a little bit more affordable, they tend to start younger in life. And then by the time you're like 15, 16, you start considering your retirement options, or you're paying for your kids' colleges. Technically, all in all, we all, even though we're kind of unique in our own way, we all fall under a niche. So we're kind of similar, but we're kind of different, but we all tend to go through the same simple cycles of life.
While the universe is full of endless wonders they cannot and will not even experience or perceive, ever.
Yep, still listening.
Their presence is not even necessary to validate these events outside their subjective experience or understanding.
Yeah, no, it's true. At the end of the day, if I were to fall dead right now, the world would still continue without me. I am nothing special. Again, I'm just a shit stain in the fabric of time. And yeah, the fact is, the only people that is impacted by your passing is the people that are immediately surrounded by you, or they are depending on you, or they know you. And even then, it depends on the level of connection to the individual. Obviously, if I am espoused to somebody, that's going to impact my immediate family more than my best friend that I know for 20 years, because I have no direct economic impact on that person. I will have temporary emotional impact on that person, but anything beyond that that's it. Okay? So yeah, we're only important to very few people.
Do you know the saying, Grim? If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it...
Does it make a sound?
Good, yes. Imagine that. Life reduced only to some human vicinity. The ultimate height of arrogance ingrained in them. To imagine their presence to be paramount. The tree does not only sound, it has been sounding a long time. It has grown without anyone present. It has lived a life.
Fact.
None of this requires humanity to be there to bear witness.
And the fact is, and we also in COVID, the second we shut down as a population, the planet started healing themselves within like almost 6 months. They actually now have hard data actually proving that the second we lower our human activities, the planet started healing. So the fact is, the planet doesn't really need people. We're just consuming, we're just parasites. Let's just be honest, we're just parasites. We have no natural predators, at least in our environments. Obviously, we go outside of our environments and the lions and everything else will kill us, but we're just here consuming, and right now we're just trying to balance our existence with nature, but nature doesn't really need us. Go through the entire run, is there a prize? I agree with everything. I can also get a daily read.
Fine, let me gather the files. I certainly put them somewhere. Here. Oh, yes, you absolutely did everything correct today. Such meticulous profile work. Happy?
Oh, soft mode. Oh god, is this what I live for? Yes, maybe.
Sometimes I do not comprehend you at all.
You know what? There is beauty in simplicity. Go in, do your job. You know you do a good job. Go home. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, that concludes our meeting. Good night, Grim.
And to kind of get back to the last bullet, you know, when you're younger, you want things to be adventurous and be exciting. And then as you get older and you have actually experienced really horrid events in your life, like I have, you kind of start valuing the value of simplicity, things going well, things not being exciting, just things working the way they should. And I'm not saying that you should not have any additional experiences. I'm just saying that, you know, you already are juggling a lot of stuff on a day-to-day scenario. And for me, it's just me and my cat, you know, so I already have that. Imagine now also adding me in a parent. You know, now you have you, your cat, your spouse, your children. There is a lot of stress for and a lot of balls to keep up in the air. So yeah, no, I enjoy the value of simplicity. No, I enjoy the value of not having a very exciting life. It is very relaxing. My stress is always very down. So yes, I do value.
Is your hand tired? Are your fingers getting stiff?
Okay.
You've been clicking around for quite a while.
Not understand clicking on what?
On all the things you see scrolling by before your eyes.
Yes.
Perhaps the screen is too bright, the sound's too loud.
Yes, ma'am. This is super weird. Would you stop breaking?
No weirder than your death. At least that got you here.
Oh, so it's not
To the office, where you belong.
So she's trying to hint that at one point I was alive and somebody probably killed me, and because I have specific skill set with driving it.
Mighty, 'tis an utmost pleasure to see you again.
Okay, I now have enough to relate. Okay, what's the story behind the
The
light?
base, the marble plate of yore. The arms melted from the cannons of a galleon. A socket, a shell of a ferocious sea monster. The shade made from the skull of the beast of Hogwarts. The coil bent from the thorns of a rose bush in Guyana. I, me drinking buddy, a master electrosmith, built this illuminator. He also loved to spark me drink and laugh gleefully when me whole jaw sizzled. Pranked him right back by knocking his teeth out.